And hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today's Wellness Wednesday session. I actually shared last month that we'll be hearing from all five of our 2023 Senior Planet sponsored athletes. We'll hear from them at least once a month. And they're all excited about fitness and they're sharing their updates about their health and wellness journeys throughout the rest of this year. Last month, we heard from Rick Clendenin, who shared his love for pickleball. But today, you're all in for a treat. We have the pleasure of hearing from Senior Planet sponsored athlete Jerry Smith. Now, Jerry became serious about her health when she learned she was pre-diabetic, and she's since been on a mission to avoid the diagnosis. So she's adopted some healthy habits, including walking, eating healthy, and practicing mindfulness in order to improve her physical and mental well-being. And today she's going to share with you all how you too can prepare for long-term good quality health. And with that, I give the floor to Jerry.
Thank you, Nicole. So as Nicole said, I began this journey when my doctor diagnosed that I was pre-diabetic and I would probably have to go on medication. I was already on blood pressure medication and cholesterol medication, so wasn't really interested in any additional medication. So I decided, let me see if I can do something about this. So I met with a nurse that was sponsored by my company for 3 months. So I met with her once a week. She would monitor my A1C, my glucose level, and she would recommend things for my diet. I also got serious about walking. So I committed to walking 10,000 steps a day. In 3 months, I returned to my doctor. And first of all, she was shocked that I had taken the diagnosis seriously and tried to do something about it. My A1C was down, my cholesterol, my glucose was down, and my doctor said, just keep doing what you're doing. So I was very pleased about that. And I've continued to do that till this day. When I started this journey on this pre-diabetes, I met with a nutritionist who introduced me to the plate concept or my plate concept, where it tells you how much protein, how much veggies you should eat each day. And it's a simple way to monitor what you're eating every day. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to count points. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So today, as of 4 years ago, I am doing 12,000 steps a day. I'm not perfect, so I don't do that every day. If I'm traveling, it's a real challenge to try to get in 12,000 steps when you're sitting on the plane for 5 hours. I also try to do as many step challenges each year as I can. And currently my sorority is doing a step challenge. We started out with 30 days and we increased it to 60 days because people are enjoying it. Over 12 years ago, I started the Weight Watcher program and became a lifetime member. I've not followed that program throughout my life, but I've followed the healthy eating that I learned from that program. One of the big things that I learned from that program is about taking care of what you put in your body. So I started cooking more often because then I can control what sugar, what sodium, and what processed foods go in my body. I enjoyed that. If you don't like to cook, there are still many ways that you can manage what's going in your body. Given that Black and brown women suffer from a higher rate of mortality due to the cardiovascular disease, we must really think about what we put in our body. It's very important. It's critical what food we eat. I began my journey to avoid diabetes 5 years ago, and I'm still strong due to a commitment to daily movement, healthy meals, and a peaceful mind. Our investments in relieving stress is very important. So I started doing a little yoga and meditation probably 5 years ago. One of the things that came out of that is my daughter is a big yoga practitioner. And so she kept encouraging me to go to yoga class. And I was like, I'm not sure yoga's for me. I went to the first few classes and I was amazed at how much tension was leaving my body. So I continued to do that. I've not done it as much as I would like to, but I'm getting more involved. During the pandemic, my family's very close, and we decided to do an exercise class. Actually, my younger sister thought of this idea. We couldn't get together, we couldn't visit each other, everything was shut down. So we started a daily exercise class where we all met online, of course, on Zoom, and did some exercise. So this program today is an output of what came from that year and a half of doing exercises online with our family. There are 5 of us, so we were on when we could be on. Our spouses were on, our children were on, our cousins were on, but it was an in and out thing. When you were available, you were on. If you weren't available, fine. And the other thing it provided for us is we got to see each other every day. And so if somebody wasn't doing well, you could see that person say, got a cough, what's going on? Because everybody was panicked during the pandemic that, somebody's going to get COVID. So it was a good way for us to interact. I have a gym friend who I go to the gym with. This is something new I started maybe 7 months ago because I like to walk every day. Some days yesterday here in Vegas, it was so windy, I couldn't walk. So I had to walk inside. So I have a gym membership just in case it's raining, it's too cold to walk, it's too windy to walk. I can go to the gym, jump on the treadmill and get some steps in. My gym friend texts me often to say, I'm going to the gym at 2:00. We go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2:00. So she'll text me and I'll say, okay, pick me up. Or I'll text her and say, you going to the gym today? So we have an accountability between the two of us. And that encourages both to go to the gym. Maybe when some days somebody might not want to go. And I think that's important. If you have a walk partner or somebody that you work out with, it helps you stay on target. You can get wellness into your life many ways. I have a niece who was married last year, and we were all in Texas for a family reunion. And we said, okay, we're never going to be able to get everybody together for this shower. So let's do the shower while we're all here for the family reunion. So we planned a wellness shower, something a little different. I invited my yoga instructor from Texas. We were all in Texas, we're in Dallas, to come in and do a yoga session for the group. And so the whole bridal shower was wrapped around wellness. So we did oils, we did yoga, we did meditation, we had healthy food. And so it was kind of a different experience for a bridal shower. So in conclusion, my concept is movement, meals, and mindset. Let's change our lifestyles together through these practices and prepare for long-term good quality health. So are you with me? So today we're going to go through a brief exercise session. You really need to try to move 30 minutes a day, but you have to start somewhere. So if you start with 10 minutes a day and then go to 15 minutes a day, we're making progress. All right, let's get started. Okay, I forgot to introduce my guest. This is my mom. This is Marcella Morgan. She's 93 years old. She'll be 94 in August. She's exercised most of her life. So she's here. She will be doing the sitting versions of the exercises today. I'll be doing the standing versions. All right, let's get started. First of all, before you start any exercise program, you want to make sure that you check with your doctor, and whatever exercise program you're going to do, you can do it. Your body can do that. So first thing we're going to do, we want to do some stretches before we start exercising, because we want to stretch those muscles out and we don't want to pull a muscle or get a kink somewhere. So we're going to do a little bit of stretching. All right, we're going to start doing what we call march in place. So we're just going to step slowly. We want to swing our arms so we can get our arms and our legs moving. Are you ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, take a breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we ready? Round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now we're going to reach up. So we're going to stretch our arms up. And if you're seated, you're going to go down like this, and your arms are going to go like that, down. If we're standing, we're going to try to touch our toes. Now, if you can't touch your toes, that's fine. Touch your knees, bend your knees. We don't want to hurt anything. We want to make this fun. If it's not fun, you're not going to do it again. All right, are we ready? Arms in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How we doing? 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. All right, perfect. Shake out those arms. Take a breath, breathe. In, out. Okay, one more. Round 2. Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 7. 2 more. 8, 9. 1 more. 10. All right. Shake out those arms. Okay. We're going to do one more stretch before we start. Going to try to reach up to the ceiling. And of course, if you can't reach all the way up, you reach halfway up, bend your knees. If you're seated, you can put your arms down lower. So just do what you can do. We just want to stretch out those muscles. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake out your arms. Breathe. All right, one more. 1, 2, stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Anybody need to get a drink of water? All right. We're done stretching. Those muscles are warmed up. We're ready to hit it. So we're going to do the march in place again. We're going to step, but with a little more vigor. So the same one we did before. If you swing your arms, you get a little more exercise than if you just leave your arms to the side. But do what you can do. We want this to be enjoyable. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Breathe. Breathe. Ready for round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, take a breath, breathe. We're ready to go to our next exercise. Okay, so we're going to do something called punch out. And I actually learned this exercise from a Senior Planet online class that I took. It's related to boxing, but it gives your arms some exercise. So let's put our arms up and we're going to box out like we're hitting someone. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, punch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you probably can feel that in your arms a little bit. Take a breath. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, take a breath. All right, we're going to do knee lifts. So if you're seated, you're going to bring your knees up as high as you can or as low as you can, whatever you can do. And then if you're standing, we're going to try to bring our knees up like this. But if you can't bring them that far, go like this. Whatever's comfortable for you, that's what we want to see. Okay, are you ready? We're going to start with the right leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, breathe. We can do a little bending, flex those legs a little bit. Okay, round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do, we're going to work the back of our leg, calf muscle back here. So if you're seated, you're going to lift your feet just off the floor. And if you're standing, we're going to go on your toes. Just want to go up on your toes. Up on your toes. And that's going to make those muscles in the back are going to get some exercise. Ready? And you can always move your arms with whatever exercise we do. And if you want to use weights, you can also do weights with this exercise. And that gives you more resistance. So I'm going to do weights this time. I probably won't do weights every time. All right, are you ready? We're going to, on our toes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, take a breath. Are you feeling that in your legs yet? Those are muscles that we don't often use. And so whenever I do this exercise, I always feel that. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Good job. Let's breathe a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to do something called leg cross. So we're just going to take our leg and cross over like this. Then we're going to take our other leg and cross over like that. So we're pulling those muscles a little bit, stretching a little bit, getting that body moving. If you're seated, you're going to be doing the same thing we're doing standing. You're just going to be doing it seated. Ready? Can everyone see my feet? Okay, we're going to start. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This also helps with your balance somewhat, because if you can actually do that and stay standing straight, it helps with your balance. Am I going too fast? Okay, I'm hearing complaints, so I'm going to keep going. All right, round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Okay, breathe out. Okay, now we're gonna work on these muscles right here around that midsection. Thanks to Senior Planet for sending me a shirt that's a little big. You can't see all those rolls I have there. So we're going to go side to side. So we're going to stand with our feet slightly apart, our arms down to the side, and we're just going to lean. So that stretches that muscle out. I'm going to lean to the other side. Let's try to keep our head straight, shoulders straight, the top of our body straight. All right, we're ready? Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, relax. Roll out that body a little bit. Breathe. All right, round 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good job. Okay, we're going to do step up. So we're going to step up like this. So if you're seated, you're going to step, 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 step. And if you're standing, we're going to step, 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 step. Okay, you ready? Let's start. Start with the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bend your knees if you need to. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're going to now do a shoulder exercise. Really, it's for this wonderful little fat that comes under your arm like this that many of us have that we can't get rid of. So this helps with that. Your hands are on your shoulders. Just going to lift up as far as you can. If you can only go here, that's fine. But let's try to lift as high as we can. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's shake out those arms. And breathe. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I don't know about you, but I can feel that in my arms, so I'm going to shake them out a bit. All right. Another exercise that also works on that part of your body, that fat that's kind of under your top arm. We're going to lean over and we're going to put our hands together and we're going to go out like this. If you're in a chair, you can lean forward. I don't want you to lean forward too far. We don't want anyone falling. Put your arms out and you're going to do the same exercise. Okay? Let's get started. If you're in the chair, lean forward. If you're standing, lean at the waist. If you can't lean at the waist, lean where you can. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Do what works for you. Okay, you ready? All right. Hands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Check out those arms. Breathe a little bit. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now we're going to work on our arms a little more, same area. Okay, so we're going to do a lift. So I'm going to grab my weights. kind of demonstrate what we're trying to do. So if you were weightlifting, you would be going like this. So we want to go slowly. First, we want to put our arms close to our body. So your arms should be on the side. They want to be touching your body. We want our hands at a 90-degree angle. So our hands should be straight out. And we're going to lift like we were lifting weights. And if you don't have weights, that's fine. If you ball up your fist, you get some resistance, or you can just leave your hand open. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, slowly. 4, like you're lifting weights. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake out your arms. Take a breath. All right, one more time. Arms are close to your body. Hands are at a 90-degree angle. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake out those arms. Take a breath. Okay. Now I'm gonna step back a little bit. We're gonna stretch our arms out to the side. You can't stretch them all the way out. You put them down, lower, put them close to your body. We're gonna circle our arms forward. We're gonna circle our arms back. So whatever feels comfortable to you, that's what you need to do. And you might get halfway through this and the arms start hurting, so you can just bring them down. Okay? If you're seated, do exactly what my mom's doing, arms out to the side. All right, ready? We're gonna rotate forward first, 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I don't know about you, but I can feel that in my arms. So I'm shaking out my arms a little bit. I'm going to breathe a little bit. Okay. Round 2. 1. Oh, sorry, backwards, this way. We already did that way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake out those arms. Breathe. Okay. Last exercise, we're going to rotate our shoulders. We're going to get some shoulder work going on here. So we're going to rotate back 10 times, seated and standing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, stretch those shoulders, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay. Ready, foot forward. Now we're going to go forward. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Take a breath. Anybody need a drink of water after that? Now we're going to kind of cool down a little bit. So first, we're going to do something called an eye exercise. Something different. I learned this in an exercise class I took one time. Helps you to focus a little bit, helps you to concentrate and think about what you're doing. So we're going to close our eyes. And then when I say open your eyes, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to look up to the ceiling and down to the floor with your eyes, not with your head, because it's an eye exercise. So we're not going like this. Head straight, our eyes are up, our eyes are down. So let's try this. So close your eyes. You can hear your breathing. Open your eyes. Look up, look down, look up, look down, close your eyes. open. Look to the right, look to the left, look to the right, look to the left. Same thing, we're using our eyes, not our head. Close your eyes. Open. Look up, look down, look to the right, look to the left. Close your eyes. Open. Look up, look down, look to the right, look to the left, look up, down, look to the right, look to the left. Close your eyes. Open. Look to the right, look to the left. Did you get that? I changed it. Look up, look down, look to the right, look to the left. Okay, we're done. Something to help you, first of all, follow the instruction and also to exercise those eyes. Now we're going to do some breathing. So I need you to sit up in your chair, nice and tall, back as straight as you can get it. Put your hands on your side where that waistline is. And I want you to be able to feel your stomach going in and out as we breathe. And so that's why we have our hands on our side, so we can feel our stomach when we breathe. We're going to breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Now, when we breathe in and I say hold it, 1, 2, 3, you can hold it. That's fine. You can breathe out. But we're going to try doing it 3. And do what you can. All right, are we ready? I close my eyes because it helps me to concentrate. We want to focus on our breathing. We want to hear our breathing go in, our breathing come out. So I close my eyes, helps me to focus better. Are you ready? Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Hold it, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Hold it, 1, 2, 3. All right. Breathe in, 2, 2, 3. Hold it, 2, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 2, 3. Hold it, 2, 2, 3. All right. How we doing? Okay. Next one. Breathe in, 3, 2, 3. Hold it, 3, 2, 3. Breathe out, 3, 2, 3. Hold it, 3, 2, 3. All right, one more. Breathe in, 4, 2, 3. Hold it, 4, 2, 3. Breathe out, 4, 2, 3. Hold it, 4, 2, 3. One more. Breathe in, 5, 2, 3. Hold, 5, 2, 3, or, all right, trick. Breathe out, 5, 2, 3. Hold it, 5, 2, 3. So as you practice this more, you'll be able to hold your breath longer. So it's something to practice. And we breathe every day, all day, but we often don't think about how we're breathing. And so these kind of exercises help you to think about breathing in deeply from your stomach and then breathing out. That concludes our exercise program for today. Thank you so much. And now I think we're going to do Q&A.
What was the name of the extra at the beginning? You talked about a nutrition or exercise program at the very beginning. Repeat that, the name of that exercise, or no, I mean that nutrition or health eating that you said at the very beginning.
Oh, are you talking about My Plate? That I met with the nutritionist on? Yeah. So it's a program. I don't know if it's put on by the government, but it's a program and they have a website, and it's something that nutritionists suggest to people who are trying to manage their weight, their diabetes, their high blood pressure, whatever it is. And so it's just a healthy way of eating. More, obviously, veggies and fruits and, less processed food, some protein. That's kind of what it's all about.
And it looks like Sean put a link, Mr. Harvey, in the chat room. You can click on that link to go to the website for My Plate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, really quickly, I see that we do have some hands, but there was a question that was put in the chat earlier by Mary. So Jerry, she wants to know, how did you determine the length of your walk to get 2,000 steps? Are you using a device?
Oh yeah. So I have an Apple Watch now, but when I started walking, I had a Fitbit. And so it tells you, how many steps, 10,000 steps is roughly 4 miles, 12,000 steps is roughly 5 miles. And so that's how I determined. And what happened is I was doing 10,000 steps for a long time. I got in the step challenge, and the step challenge required you to do 12,000 steps a day. And so I started doing 12,000 steps. And when the step challenge was over, I said, why would I go back to 10,000? I've already mastered this. So I moved to 12,000.
Yeah, I think we have Adrienne Butler with your hand raised first. Go ahead.
This was great. I loved it. I was able to do all the exercises. But as far as my plate, I think I really need to talk to my doctor because I'm a vegan. So the meat and cheese and dairy and stuff like that, I can't have. But I thought your presentation was fantastic. I never participate when they do the exercises. I just watch. But today I said, I could do this. This was great. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. That's why I invited my mom. I said, if she's 93 and she can do these exercises, anybody can do this.
Yes.
There's lots of compliments in the chat for both you and your mom.
Thank you.
Let's give Jerry a big hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then let's see, we have Merlin with her hand raised. Merlin Rodriguez. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jerry, I think that the type of breathing you mentioned is also known as box breathing because it's like a quadrant. You take a breath in, hold, and then exhale, and then hold again. So I've heard that described as a box breathing, and it's used by the Navy SEALs apparently. But I've heard it used by them for 4. You'd mentioned 3 seconds. I think in the classical box breathing, they do 4 seconds. You take in a breath for 4 seconds, then hold for 4, then exhale for 4, and then hold again for 4. That's something I learned just recently.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. I was afraid that we normally do 4 or 5 seconds because we worked our way up to that, but I didn't think I should start with that today. So I thought I'd roll it back a little bit.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And let's see, Jess Surma, go ahead with your question.
I tried to, at the beginning, I was doing some other work, but then I started the exercises. I kind of like them. I mean, I'm a younger senior. So, but I like to know that I can use these dumbbells, that I can have some more weight to them. And it seems like I could use them with the exercises. And I like to take it easy, not too vigorously. I want to do it more slower. I have also a right shoulder problem here, and I like to start off with easy weights and follow what she's doing. So
thank you. Yeah, you can use the weights for pretty much all of these exercises. Anything that's using your hands, you can use the weight.
I didn't know I couldn't predict what you were about to do each time. So I wanted to see, can I use that or no? And pull them out. And since you pulled out first time, and I said, oh, maybe I can do the rest with the weights. And
right.
Doing them.
I see a few more questions in the chat here. Cynthia is asking, how long does 12,000 steps take you?
Okay, so it depends. I walk anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour outside pretty much every day. And I get around 6,000 or 7,000 steps. So the rest of the steps I get cooking in the kitchen, cleaning the house, or whatever else I'm doing. I have found that I do better walking outside than I do on the treadmill. Somehow my Apple Watch doesn't calculate the steps as fast as it does when I'm outside. I don't know what the theory is behind that, but I'm just sharing that with you.
Thanks, Terry. And then we've got one more question here in the chat. How do you get your steps in each day? For example, do you walk on treadmill or are you just walking around a park?
I normally walk outside. Where I live in California, there are several parks near my home, so I walk through the park. I like to look at the flowers and the trees and the rabbits and figure out what's going on. That helps my walk go faster. And I listen to podcasts almost every day. So I really enjoy that. It distracts you, and before you know it, you're done with the steps. I do go to the gym when I can. Try to go 3 times a week when I'm in California, but not always. But I do the treadmill for 30 minutes at the gym, and then I do weights.
I had a question that was sent to me directly. Malcolm would like to know what was the purpose of the eye exercise again, if you could explain that.
Okay, so that is to exercise your eyes, which we normally don't do, but it also helps you to focus on moving your eyes. I mean, normally if you told someone to do that exercise, they would go like this, but that's not what the exercise is. So it's just to exercise your eyes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the question, Malcolm. And a few people asked, I guess this would be for you, Nicole. How would everybody get a copy of the recording for today? I think you're muted.
Yeah. The recording will be shared in the All Online Events newsletter in the coming weeks.
Okay, great. So if you haven't already, sign up for our newsletter. I'll put the link in the chat room. You can click on it and fill that out. Aaliyah, go ahead with your question.
Just wanted to thank her very much. I really enjoyed it. The only reason I didn't stand to do it was because I wouldn't be able to see the screen then. So I did it with what would work for me for right now today, but at least I know all the steps and all that stuff. So that was very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's the whole point. You have to make it work for you.
Judy Morris, I see your hand raised next. Go ahead, Judy.
Yeah, for the person who thought they couldn't do my MyFitnessPal because they're vegan, I would look at the website and experiment with it because it may have a vegan version of it, or be able to give you guidance on how to do it. I mean, for instance, you wouldn't be able. I just kind of glanced at it, but you wouldn't be able to do dairy. But as far as protein, you just would have to make sure that your proteins were vegan ones and not non-vegan ones. But there may be an adapted one. There may be a vegan version of that on the website. So I would play around with it and stuff. Also is something that's on a similar idea, and I haven't really gotten into. I became a member of I'm just gonna blank on what it's called, but there's something that's out of Oklahoma, a hospital network that's run by Seventh-day Adventists, and they do their program for free. Full Plate is what the name of it is, and they do a slightly different thing, but instead of having to count what you're doing, they have that 75% of your thing, of what you're eating, should be things that are high nutrient density, high certain amount of fiber and high water. So you don't have to be vegan to do it, but it's really good for vegans also, which I'm not of. And the other 25% is whatever you want to eat. But instead of having to count the amount of fiber or the amount of carbs, etc., they base it on, okay, these kind of foods go in this category and they should be 75% of your plate. And the other 25% can be whatever you want. And so there's several similar programs, but MyFitnessPal, I would start with that, because it may be that website may have a version for vegans.
Thanks, Judy. I belong to Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. So they give me full plates, what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat. And it's a wonderful, wonderful program. I've been going for years. So they're really, really good.
Yeah. You do they, I mean, if they don't have a lot of recipes and stuff, one thing is, even if you don't follow the full plate thing, is in their newsletters once a week, they give you about 3 recipes. So it's a good place. And a lot of those are vegan.
Oh, thank you. But I mean, Physicians Committee has hundreds and hundreds of recipes. They also have cooking classes that you go to and they talk to you about what to do. And it's an organization here in DC where you can go to see your doctor. And these are people that deal with people who are vegan. And it was my physician at my other hospital. And now he started this group, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.
Great information. Thank you both for sharing all that information. Let's go to Helen. I see Helen with your hand raised. Did you have a question for Jerry?
I was surprised. I had been on the site for a while and to see that we were doing exercises. It was really, when I watched of it, it was really helpful since I am on limited air capacity with the cannula on oxygen. I can't imagine doing 10,000 steps a day, but I do try to get 2,000 to 5,000 steps. And I found with the Fitbit or any unit, unless you're moving your hands, it doesn't count the steps. But I really enjoyed the exercises, and I'll look forward to the video to try them out before I've done my exercises in the morning. It was very thankful, and you're very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. And let's see, let's go to Denise.
Hi, first of all, thank you. First of all, Jerry, thank you so much for this. I mean, very basic exercises that I think we would all benefit from. For you personally, what was your greatest challenge in starting your program, even though it was years ago, but especially the eating program? What was your greatest challenge in getting into that and continuing?
You know, I think the fact that I had done Weight Watchers years ago, to me, that's a lifestyle change. So you can count calories and do all that thing, but if you don't change your lifestyle, then that's not going to stick with you. And because I did Weight Watchers and I became a lifetime member, I had changed what I eat. And so when I went to the nutritionist, I just had to make a few tweaks to how I cooked and what I ate every day that would help me sustain that. And so to today, you know, now I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, but I try to eat at least one vegetarian meal a week. And it just is healthier.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Denise, for your question. Thank you, Jerry. And let's see, we have Barbara with your hand raised. Go ahead, Barbara.
Yes, I'd like to say that I became a vegan maybe 3 years ago, and I feel so much better that I recommend it to everyone. And it's certainly a vegetarian is good too, but I really, it just changed my life.
Excellent, Barbara. Thank you so much for contributing. Kathleen, I see your hand raised next.
Hi, thank you. I just want to say, Jerry, you did awesome. I'm a senior sponsored athlete for 2023 also, and I watched and did your exercises, and you did a great job. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You gave me some clues on how I want to make my presentation too.
Okay.
Way to go, Kathleen. Congratulations to you as well. Let's go to the name I see on your screen is First Baptist Church.
Yes, my name is Barb. I'm using my church website. But I just wanted to say you and your mom did an excellent job. You could be commended for getting a diagnosis like, pre-diabetes. It's not a good thing. Diabetes brings a whole plethora of different problems to your life. But for you to really just knuckle down, not settle for just a medication that they wanted to give you and actually do something permanent. It takes longer, takes more patience to like push through these type of things. And I realize that. But I just want to commend you for that. But I want to ask one question, and that question is, when I read your article that you had posted, you talked about yoga and the difference that it made in your life. And could you, and I think you said your daughter was a practitioner, if I'm not mistaken. When did you decide, or when did you know this was actually helping you?
So my daughter encouraged me to go to the class. We were living in Texas at the time. And so she was like, Mom, and she was already doing yoga. So she asked me to go. So I went, and probably it was 1 or 2 times that I went before I started to feel a difference in my body. And once you learn how to do the moves correctly, you definitely feel something in your body. I had a high stress job at the time. I was tense all the time. And that yoga really helped me, especially in my shoulders and things like that. I could just feel that tension being released. It was amazing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Just Sharma, I see your hand raised. Again, did you have another question or comment?
Well, I have a comment like to share, you know. And I have like a small little gym at the table, you know. I had the weights there and some other stretching bands and a little bit like that. And I don't know where I put the balls, but I have one little brain and one star. That's for fingers to squeeze, you know, squeeze them. I have like a bouncing ball, and I can sit and do like this, and I follow with my eyes. I get eye exercise. We take the ball and you move it around, you follow with the eyes, you can do that. And above me, I have something hanging here, it's jewelry. Actually, yesterday I worked on jewelry to sort them out, to put their categories. I have a spatula here with the Santa. I don't know if you can see it, but I use that like this, and I follow my eyes to get an eye exercise. I have another one on that side, I have 3 of them hanging, so I can go like this, you know. And once in a while I do them, and if I didn't have them hanging, I wouldn't do my exercises unless that's in the class. So I have like a little bit fun. So I get hang on here. You can see that, right?
Yes.
That's my little invention.
Those are great ideas. Thank you, Jess, for sharing. I see others agree that those are some.
I have like an alpha unit here, like I have into my computer. I have all my pens, a little bit art and craft. I have another technology center in another area outside the room, and a little bit every technology behind me. And I really love it inside of this room, and it's my working space. I do all kinds of different things.
Amazing.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Jess.
Let me hear you.
And let's see, we have Marcella. We have a couple more hands up. We have still, we're almost out of time. So if you want to mention or ask a quick question, go ahead, Marcella.
Okay, I just want to quickly add how this connects with this past Saturday here in my hometown. The library sponsored a fitness session, and that in May we will be doing yoga. And the young lady said that yoga is really healthy. She said it helps people with diabetes, and that she suggests that we do it daily, that it helps us to relax and get our tension out. I just wanted to add that. So this all falls into place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcella. And then Aruna, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
I just have a couple of questions. One was like, you know, most of the people who have diabetes also have a high blood pressure and, you know, the heart issues. Any tips for a low salt diet? And second is that a lot of people also have some osteopenia. And one of the lectures I heard at some other place, some of the yoga poses are not good for osteopenia. And any comments on that?
Well, first of all, for the low sodium, I read everything. When I shop, it takes me a long time because I want to know what's in every item that I buy. I was at the store one day, one guy came up to me, he said, I can't believe you're reading all those packages. I said, I need to know what's in here because you'd be amazed how many things have sodium in them that you wouldn't think has sodium in them. So you have to read that. When I cook, then I know how much sodium's in something. The second
how much sodium do you allow? Because nothing you can find is without sodium.
Right. So anything with more than like 150 grams of sodium, I don't want that in my body. So
Okay.
I'm looking for things under that. And I have to admit, I'm a big snack person. So I love snacks, and snacks have a lot of sodium. So I have to find something that doesn't have much sodium if I want to have a snack.
Yeah, that's kind of it. That's the tough part.
Challenge. That's a challenge.
And my second question was about I heard a lecture, they said some of the poses, like, anything with L or V is not safe for osteopenia.
So I'm not an expert on that, but as I said before, we should check with our doctors first to make sure that this is something that we can do, that our body is capable of doing, because we don't want to do anything that's going to injure us.
Okay. All right. Thank you. It was great. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. We're going to take one more question from Claudia, and then we'll have to wrap things up. I'll toss it over to Dave. Go ahead, Claudia.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for having this program. My name is Claudia, and I've been diagnosed with diabetes, not pre-diabetes. I'm 67 years old, and I found it difficult to do the exercises you just showed. When they diagnosed me, they automatically put me on metformin. And when I read about it, I was like, I didn't want to take that. So I just kind of ignored it. This very morning, I was sitting up, and when I went to get up, my legs felt like they were 1,000 pounds apiece. I could not move my legs properly. It just so happens that my brother called me and I told him what had happened. And he told me about this class. So this is my first time coming. The information is priceless that I have learned. To see for myself that my body cannot move makes me know that I have to do something. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claudia. Dave, go. You have anything you want to say to wrap things up? I know we're like 4 minutes
just
over.
wanted to give Jerry a big thank you. This was really a wonderful presentation. I said thank you to both you and your mom.